Hi there, good afternoon everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their digestive problems from reflux, bloating, painful digestion, IBS, that kind of thing, any related hormone issues and chronic fatigue and so on. Quite often they have their root cause or some kind of element of the condition going on in the gut as well. And I support that with lab testing, whatever lab testing we need, and dietary lifestyle upgrades, supplements, etc., to bring things back into balance for you and get things functioning as they should do. So something that comes up a lot, a very common condition, is SIBO, which stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. And essentially what's happened there is the bacteria that should be thriving and flourishing in your large intestine start to creep up into the small intestine and start to cause problems. And there are a few reasons this might happen, which I'll go over in a second, so you can kind of have a think and see if that might be the cause of your kind of issues and what have you. So what I will do is just kind of give you an idea of how it comes about, and then what you would do if you suspect it, how to test, etc. for it. So first up, how does it happen? So there can be a whole host of reasons why it might happen. Sometimes it can be down to medications. Perhaps you have taken something like PPIs or something else to lower your stomach acid, because your stomach acid is really it's your first line of defense. So it's the first line of defense in your immune system. So it's going to stop that bacteria coming down and into the small intestine from, say, your mouth and coming down, because that can cause problems. And also maybe you have an issue with your gut motility, for example. So for some reason your gut's just not moving as it should do. So then what can happen is, say, if some bacteria has migrated from the large intestine up to the small intestine, but you just haven't got that nice kind of regular peristaltic action going on, then it doesn't get flushed through, so it has the opportunity then to set up home there. And then once it's done that, it can be really tricky to get rid of. So if stress as well, stress is a big driver for it. And it's not just PPI medication, for example, or acid lowering medication. Even something commonly taken like the contraceptive pill, for example, can cause issues, or any other kind of regular medication that you're taking can cause problems and slow down that sort of unbalance the gut environment. Also, if you've had any kind of abdominal surgery or any other kind of abdominal issue, so not just related to the gut, but any kind of gynecological thing as well, so endometriosis, for example, or if you've had cesareans, even that can, any kind of abdominal surgery like that can disrupt the function and flow of your gut as well. So that's all worth bearing in mind if you want to kind of have a look back through your history and see what might have triggered your symptoms as well. So as I keep saying, what we need to do if we suspect SIBO, bearing in mind SIBO can cause a whole slew of digestive issues, the best thing to do is use a simple breath test. So a breath test where you're taking breath samples throughout the day, and then we can measure how much bacteria is kind of present in your small intestine, and then we can get a really kind of much more targeted with our treatment protocol for you. But in addition to that, it's really important with SIBO to establish what it is that's caused the issue in the first place, because until we get to that root cause, then it can be very, very difficult to treat it. So say if you go to the doctor or whatever, and that you suspect SIBO, if you're really lucky, you might get antibiotics for that, but that's only part of the picture. We need to kind of stop it coming back, because we can just eradicate it. But if you do that, but we haven't established what the root cause is and fix that, then it will just come straight back again. Okay, so what are the signs then you might have SIBO? So as I say, any kind of abdominal issue, it can be IBS, it can be reflux, anything like that, particularly bloating. Bloating's a biggie. So any kind of diarrhea, constipation, vomiting, fatigue as well, and depression, anything that's suggesting that your nutrients aren't being absorbed as well as they should be. Any kind of hormone problems as well, such as PMS or bad perimenopause symptoms, not probably in isolation, but with other symptoms as well, can be indicative of SIBO, because you absorb a lot of nutrients in your small intestine. So if any of that is hindered in any way, then that can of course be a problem. So yeah, another big telltale sign is if you've tried to solve your gut problems by taking something like a probiotic or a prebiotic and things get a lot worse. That can be, you know, your signal that SIBO's at play, because you've added more bacteria in where there's already bacteria where it shouldn't be, so your gut just kind of gets more and more stressed out. So the other things that we would use to treat as well, depending on what the underlying cause is, herbs to not only eradicate the bacteria, which can be used either alongside or maybe use an antibiotic as well. So sometimes that can work quite well. Herbs as well to increase your gut motility, and anything else to support those lifestyle changes that possibly need to be made as well. So it's kind of complex, and once those bacteria establish themselves, then they can be hard to get rid of, because they put this biofilm over themselves, which like plaque on your teeth, for example, would be a biofilm. So you know how tough that can be to get rid of. Well, it's the same thing happening in your gut, so we need to break that down as well, any kind of biofilms. And all these kind of different factors help us in eradicating the infection, and then of course making sure that it doesn't come back. Okay, so that's a quick rundown of SIBO, what it's all about, why it happens. And if you found it useful, do like and share, and I shall see you next time. Okay.